What a day. Like, even my guts are fucked up. I just started sitting there thinking about what a bad day today and how much more I have to deal with and how long it's been since I even cut my meds for the fact that I'm still in bad shape. I don't even know what to say. My depression is forgot to ship that. Depression's hardcore tonight. Silly. My mind has just been a complete fucking disaster. And now with like how hard things have been again, I'm not getting the same support that I did from my girlfriend because she doesn't want to hear about it. She didn't say she didn't want to hear about it, but you can tell every time it's even brought up, she doesn't want it to be talked about really for how much support I do need. And when I do end up saying how bad it is for something, it turns into something like, that I need to like go somewhere to get help or something. I can't just communicate the issue. Aesthetics, I'm here. Oh, thank you. Bullshit, it's a lot. Trust me. When I need you guys, you're always here. Sorry, I forgot to ship something, so I'm kind of doing it as I go. I woke up yesterday, like, my insomnia got bad again. My nervous system started, it's been vibrating like crazy. Yeah, don't relapse. No, a couple days back, I had my insomnia started, and I didn't sleep most of the night. I went to work the next morning anyway. Wednesday morning, I went to work. And like when I tried to lay down in the middle of the day, I can tell, hi, Cindy. I could tell the vibrating in my body and brain get really, really rough. And that just means I know the insomnia is starting. And so yesterday when I went out for work, it was tolerable working. It's not going to work. They don't need the paper in. So I did my thing. My head was I felt terrible and I was really off. My brain was really off, but I felt a little more clear. Sometimes, oddly, if I don't sleep one night, the next day I'll feel a little more clear, which is totally bizarre, but that's what happens. So let's see. Then last night I managed to sleep. I slept good, but I woke up feeling terrible, as I a lot of the times do. But my DPDR and fog were really thick. Now, it's usually kind of the way it goes for me, where on my work days, I'll feel a little clearer. I think it's just from I don't know how much work I put in the morning. I'll just feel clearer, but I'll be really off to where I can't really walk straight. But whatever, I'd rather feel more clear. And the next day is always harder mentally. But now it's really hard mentally. So as the day went on, I got more depressed. And I start, how much I have to deal with, how hard this cut has been. And it's been 2 months since I cut, and I'm still suffering. And I don't know if it's from the cut or not anymore. All I know is, no, the last time I got this kind of much depression was after I fucked up the Remeron. So I know it's the Remeron doing it, but I just don't know. I'm not getting the support I need. Oh, good job, aesthetics. I'm feeling like I can't get past. It's I'm still having to work. I'm still having to do everything I do, no matter how fucked up I get, no matter how depressed I get, where most people would be able to say, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't go out for work. It doesn't matter. I have to do it. It doesn't matter. I would end up homeless. But now my depression and anxiety has been really bad lately, too. I'm assuming it's from, but why is it 2 months? 2 months later? So why would the cut still be fucking with me? It's 2 months. I had a therapy appointment today, and I was explaining how long it was going to take for me to get off this medicine. And it sounded nuts. And I said, it shouldn't take this long. But I'm willing to suffer to get to the point, but I'm suffering a lot for something that's taking way too fucking long. So it's I can't suffer more than I already am. And honestly, I started thinking about how long it was going to take and what I'm dealing with now. And I can't fathom doing this for 2 years with this kind of depression and shit. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Then again, when I just did the double cut from Remeron, it nearly took me out. So I don't want to rush nothing. The thing is, I'm not having interdose withdrawals. That's the thing. And I think that's what they're talking about. Like with benzos, and you have interdose withdrawals, and I did with that. If you hold too long, it makes it even worse. This, I mean, when I fucked up the Remeron, I held for 7 months, and that helps big time. So I don't think that's the issue. Yeah, I think that's just an interdose withdrawal thing. I haven't been. I know what that's like because I had that with benzos. Oy, oy, oy. But I need some sort of tips on how to deal with depression. Honestly, most of this, I haven't had a lot of depression. And I think that's what kind of keeps me going. But now being depressed and not wanting to go on, I mean, I'm not going to do nothing, but that's how it feels, you know. Go to the return and add the tracking number. So when it gets delivered to you, I'll know. Idiot. Yeah, I'll change that. Let me see. You have to add the tracking number to the return. Whatever. It's like I can deal with the withdrawal, but I can't deal with the fucking nervous system not wanting to go back to normal. That's the problem. The withdrawal is hard, but the nervous system, that's the problem. I mean, I'm not going to taper more than 2 months. That's for sure. I fucked up my nervous system so bad by trying to taper too fast. I understand that, but you know as a seller that the tracking number needs to be into the return. Idiot. This guy's been trying to scam me all fucking day long. Being a fucking real asshole. Well, there's nothing suspect. It's been the same thing I've been saying for years. It's the nervous system damage from the benzos, so I can barely taper anything. It's been like that. I've been tapering this for so long, it's been hell. But after I fucked up the Remeron, I'll repeat this again. After I fucked up the Remeron, my nervous system got completely fucked, and I could barely do anything. And now I'm stuck. So it's either, I don't know. There's nothing I can fucking do. What a fucking joke. I just don't get, I don't think people realize how messed up your nervous system gets, and that's why you can't taper that well. It's your nervous system damage. It's not because you just can't handle a cut. 'Cause trust me, I'm not married, but I always say my father-in-law, he jumped off of 15 milligrams of Remeron without even a fucking headache. And here I am at 1.1 milligrams, suffering and contemplating dying. So yeah, it's a fucking joke. Not knowing how I'm gonna fucking get through this. Not a fucking clue. And the faster I fucking go, I have to work. That's the fucking joke. I don't get the joy of sitting at home. I really don't. I wish I did. Because if my girlfriend decides to leave me, because the worse I get is the worse our relationship gets. So if she leaves me, I'm stuck on my own, and I need to be coherent. What a fucking joke this all is. Oops. People ask me that every single day. They always think something else is wrong. And it boggles my mind because it's like, I literally know what's wrong. I literally know what happened to me. And no matter how much I tell them, even no matter how coherent I sound when I tell them, people always think that it's something else or I need to be on another drug, which makes no sense because I've been trying medications on because people thought it was a good idea for like 15 years. And the last time I tried benzos because of people's suggestion, and look where it got me. Absolutely fucking nowhere. Basically on the pits of hell. What a joke. If I was never on benzos or got fucked on benzos, Remeron probably wouldn't have been that big of a deal. I probably would have got off of it in like 3 months. Thanks, Aesthetics. You take care. Congrats on the cut. I'll probably be cutting in a month from now. Ugh. I just don't know how I don't know how to get through it, honestly. I don't have good coping techniques for depression at all. And then my anxiety gets worse because I worry about what's going to happen. And if I can't like talk to my girlfriend anymore because I don't know. This is all such a fucking joke. And if I told her I don't think I could talk to her, she would get mad. Like, of course I can. But every time I try to, she doesn't want the conversation to last more than 10 minutes. It's like, sorry, I need more than 10 minutes to talk about this shit. I work too hard just to get through the day. And look, I'm talking to you about depression. I'm sitting here working. What a joke. It's not cool. Hey, Alexandra. If you guys have good coping techniques for depression, I'd like to hear them because I ain't got shit right now. It's like I got totally set back from that fuck up on the cut 7-8 months ago now. And I get that. But I didn't taper for 7-8 months. And I felt a lot better. I mean, it wasn't going to get perfect. It wasn't going to be perfect by any means because I really set myself back. But it was a lot better. I was feeling more sane. I was starting to work more without it completely affecting me terribly. So I'm like, cool, you know. And then within that time, I got vaccinated too. Like 4 months, 5 months later. But that only affected me for about 3 weeks. But it's always something to hit my nervous system, you know? And now, you know, I cut 2 months ago, but I also got really, really sick too. I don't know what it was. They said it wasn't COVID, but fuck, man, it sure felt crazy. That's the thing. A lot of people I know, even my girlfriend, suggested that I just get off Remeron and then take another pill. Take another pill to cover up that. It just doesn't work that way. That does not help nervous system damage. It just does not help it. And there's not a fucking test to show that I'm full of shit or not. So like I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I mean, there's obviously something majorly wrong. There's only so many issues you can have. It's not the immune system that's completely doing this to me. And it's like, why can't I exercise? Why can't I do anything with stress? It's obviously nervous system. And since there's not a test to prove it, everybody thinks I'm crazy. They're like, you're very, you know, I could hear them, you know, you're very articulate with what you're saying, but none of it makes sense because I'm not everybody else. And since I'm not everybody else, I must be crazy and I need to be on medications. Literally, not one time has a medication other than Prilosec worked for me. That's fucked up. And no matter how many times I tell people shit don't work for me, they still want to give me pills because it's the only thing they know. So it's like I keep saying, I'm telling you they give me damage. So you want to just keep damaging me over and over and over again. And then when I tell you I'm severely sick and barely work, you're not going to give me disability. So since you're not going to give me disability, then why would I keep doing the same fucking thing over and over again? I was telling my therapist today as an example. Give me a sec. I'm almost done here. I literally almost forgot to do all this stuff today. I've been so down and depressed and literally forgot to work. I don't have a lot of motivation. My insomnia has been bad. It's in the nuts. I was telling my therapist today, I'm like, imagine somebody comes in with a bat and smashes your leg in. Okay. It starts, you do your best to start to heal. Well, that fucker comes back in with the bat. Smashes your leg in again. Fuck. Seriously? Okay, you can't walk, but you're going to have to do the best you can and get around. It's going to be hard, but you're going to have to fucking do it because you need your leg. And if you don't have one, you're going to have to work around it. So basically, the bat are the pills. Taking different medication. So the guy keeps coming in with a bat and keeps hitting that same leg. That's like somebody saying, okay, well, if you hit that area in the same spot, maybe it won't be as bad. That doesn't make any sense, but okay. After a long time of suffering, you start really questioning yourself. Well, so the guy stops coming. You start to heal. Yeah, it ain't exactly what it used to be because now it's like scarred and blah, blah, blah. And you still have damage, but it's getting better. I'm sorry, at this point, when I see that fucking guy with the bat, I'm going to get up and kick the shit out of him. That's the fucking doctor. I'm not going to keep doing something just because somebody thinks it's okay. I'm scared to call those places. They always think you're going to kill yourself. They always, are you suicidal? It's always about that. You can never just fucking call and talk to somebody. It's always about suicide. That's all it is. Pisses me off. I can't just call without people thinking I'm going to off myself. I need coping techniques for depression. I need new coping techniques to deal with what I'm dealing with. And at this point, I don't have any that are working. It's always the same bullshit. It's fucking smell and all this shit. Hello. Smell this, see that, feel that. What the fuck? I mean, that's great if you have no real issues. Boggles my mind, I tell you. What do you guys do for depression? When you have really bad depression, what do you do? What's your coping techniques? I mean, honestly, I didn't get severe depression until I fucked up Remeron. That altered me that fucking day. That's why I can't taper faster. Setting myself up just to fail here. I went out with my girlfriend today to a shoe store and then a grocery store. And it was nice to get out, but it's like it's such a huge reminder of how more fucked up I am now than I was before. I spent years healing while tapering Remeron, but it wasn't until I tapered Remeron and I doubled the cut. And that just altered everything. No, I can't. I'm very that's not good for everybody. Smoke weed if you're stable mentally, then you can smoke weed. But I'm not mentally stable. And I've got terrible anxiety. Lord. I wish that was the answer for everything, but it's not. Exactly. Everybody thinks it's a cure-all for everybody, but it's just like any other medicine. It helps you with withdrawal. That's good, but it doesn't help everybody. Personally, I think it was the weed that I smoked when I was younger, and that's what originally started giving me bad anxiety. And honestly, if it wasn't for the spiral of things I did from when I was a teenager till now, I probably wouldn't be in the situation I'm in. Okay, you can stop suggesting now. It's cool. Thank you. You have no idea what I've tried and what I've done, so don't worry about it. Like I said, it doesn't work for everybody. So anyway, I'm looking for coping techniques, not other drugs. And honestly, if it wasn't for when I was a teen and messing with weed and stuff like that, I probably wouldn't have got the brain fog. I probably wouldn't have got the DPDR when I was young. I probably wouldn't get the major visual snow, because it all started slightly after that. And it just built and built and built. And eventually I took benzos to see if I could help the anxiety and the visual snow. And this is where I'm at now. So all my decisions as a fucking teenager has led me to suffering intensely. So if I ever had a kid, I would say you stay away from fucking all that shit. And if you do it sparingly. So I'm glad people think weed is a cure-all, but not for everybody. I smoked weed for 15 years, and it helped me with depression. But now I'm very mentally unstable, which is fucking sad, because if I was actually clear in my head, I hope it will pass. It better. It's been the worst it's been, so I don't expect to go back to where I was. But yeah, I just got to do stuff I'm happy with. It's hard though, because it's like my brain is so shocked, like, and like doing these things. It's like a lot of work, and it's just stress. I just want to be able to relax. You know what I mean? But you're right. It's just finding this distraction. I just don't get the depression. Like, I don't know why. When I got fucked up from benzos at first for years. Oh, I know why. Duh. I know why the depression wasn't bad then, because I was in a high dose of Remeron. Although the Remeron was making me severely ill, but it was covering up the depression. And now every time I fucking taper, here comes the depression. Oh my God, how stupid. It's so simple, you know? Oh, I'm glad that stuff works for you, but it doesn't work for everybody. You got to be careful. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm just upset in general. You didn't upset me. It's just the situation. You know what I mean? You're still the best, and I'm having a bad day. So you take care, and don't you worry about it, and don't let it bother you. You know you're still my favorite. Yeah, the Remeron. I never had bad depression before all this whole mess. Never. I had little bits of depression, and that I can handle. But my depression's getting so bad, but so stupid that even though it's 2 months later, my body's just getting whacked out. So the anxiety has been worse and the depression's been worse. And it'll level out. Duh. So stupid, you know? Why can't I just figure these things out right away and be like, oh, well, you cut your medicine. Your depression's probably going to get kind of bad for a while. It'll level out. And the next time you cut, it's probably going to get bad again. Stupid. You know, it's things like that. This is why I talk to you guys. You know, simple. Yeah. It's so weird. It's so weird, and that's what I you know. It's like I've tried to explain. You know, my girlfriend gets it, but she'll never really get it because it's so complicated. But I always try to say, you know what? After benzos, first off, they fucked up my GABA receptors. GABA A receptors got downregulated, and they all got fucked up. I needed to heal that. I have no idea if they're actually still downregulated. I'm not going to go drink or anything stupid, you know. But then being put on the Remeron really fucked me up because antidepressants don't help me; they make me worse. So whatever, I thought I was going through major benzo withdrawal for years, although it was nervous system damage from being ripped off the benzos. I went through hell because of the nervous system damage. And then basically the Remeron just keeps scratching and scratching at your nervous system. But when you cut that medicine, oh, brutal. Thanks, Cindy. I mean, I know all this too. And the thing is, I just keep feeling there's got to be something better than just a distraction. You know what I mean? That's not drug related. And I get everybody who says smoke, you know, almost every other day somebody suggests for me to smoke weed or take CBD. I tried CBD after I fucked up the Remeron 8 months ago. Oh boy, that did not work. I felt high, which was stupid. That put me in my fog and DPDR like way off. And it just did not work. Smoking weed. I would love to smoke weed again. God, it'd be great. I miss it. But I have mental issues called DPDR and the brain fog. And if it wasn't for the major mental bullshit and being very unstable, I'd probably smoke weed. You never know. One of these days I might try it again. I'm sure it'll fuck me up and I'll be crying on here going, why the hell did I do that? Who knows? Maybe not. It's just a revelation of my cuts are getting bigger even though I'm doing the same cut. That percentage is getting bigger. I smoked weed for like 15 years. Every day. Hence probably the brain fog. And hence, because I always had DPDR, and I'm sure that did not help the DPDR. Probably made it way worse. But I didn't really think about it because it was helping my depression and everything else. Yep. My anxiety is too bad, and I don't want to. Once I get hit with an anxiety for something, like when my girlfriend and myself were having issues days back, my anxiety got really high, and I could feel that in my gut. It doesn't just go away the next day. It sticks around for like weeks until I get my head out of the fucking bullshit. Got my percentage calculator. I'm at 1.1 milligrams, and my next cut will be 1.0. That's why I know I can't cut yet. I got to wait for this depression and shit to calm down. So that means my next cut will be 9.00091%. So not 10%, but which is funny because when I went from 1.2 to 1.1, my cut was just 8.3. And holy shit, that fucks me up. I've never been done 10% because I could never handle it. And I mean, think about it this way. When I'm at 0.7 and I go to 0.6, my percentage is going to be 14.2. That's nuts. So it's like I'll have to deal with these larger percentages, even though it's the same, gram. But I can't cut any smaller. And if I did, it would take years. But yeah, never rush it is key now. Because I tried to rush it 8 months ago, which I didn't think I was really rushing too much, but apparently it was. Because it's like when I tell people, okay, I went from 1.0 to 0.8. It doesn't sound that bad, right? 1.0 to 0.8. That's a 20% decrease. I got pretty fucked up, but I could handle it. It was bad. Anxiety was bad. But I'm like, okay, whatever. So a month and a half later, I decided to go from 0.8 to 0.6. I'm like, I got this. It'll be hard, but I got this. That was a 25% decrease. Think about that. Within a month and a half, so 3 months, I did a 45% decrease of my medication. That's nuts. My pill is tiny now. It's tiny. I can hold it, but it's really small. And it's crazy how that little piece of pill has a hold on me. Yeah, after I did that 45% by mistake, so 20% then 25%, which nobody should ever do 25%. So that was like 45% cut in 3 months. That was the most brutal hell that other than being ripped off of benzos, that was the most brutal hell I've ever experienced. And I still have problems from that. And now, since my nervous system got so shocked from doing that, cutting now is taking forever. I cut from 1.2 to 1.1 2 months ago, and I'm still suffering from it. So, yeah. Got way tougher. I would have think these things would have showed their heads a month ago, though. 2 months is kind of weird. Yeah. We've come a really long way. We all have. It's nuts. I think it's getting harder. And you know what? A few people they never told me, like back in the day, okay, on Remeron, these pills, when you get down really far, it's going to get really harder because the percentages are bigger. Nobody's ever told me that. If I knew that, I would have really took it easy. But I didn't know that. It's funny because as much research as I do, I don't know it all. I'll never know it all. But now that I know this, I can't go any slower. So the percentages are going to get bigger and my cuts are going to get harder. And I'm hoping I can cut next month. But I don't know. And I don't want this to turn into a COVID conversation, but I'm just mentioning it. At some point, I want to get the fucking booster shot. And I don't know when or how my nervous system's going to handle that. So I hate having to even think about it. So I want to be able to cut one more time before I do that. So we'll see. See what happens. I know Remeron takes a few weeks to come out of the body, and then you deal with the withdrawal, whatever, which I don't feel too much withdrawal. It's just psychological. It's a mess. And then my nervous system, you could tell, it cycles through the same bullshit. It fucks with my head, it fucks with my body. It's all these different crazy symptoms, and they cycle. What? Great PTS? What? Am I seeing there? What's up, Gary? But I need to find more coping methods other than just distraction for depression. I need to be able to get through this without thinking bad thoughts and getting too down like I can't do this. How you doing, Gary? Oh man, it's almost 8 o'clock. Gotta feed the cats in a minute. And the thing is, it's not like a surprise. It's not like a shock to me to know that it'll get better once we're off the medication. It's like obvious. I'm 100%. I know after time of being off of medicine, things will get better. That's what keeps me going. But getting to that is unbelievable. And I'm looking at like a couple years left to get rid of this medicine. And that's still with jumping at like 0.3. So, I mean, that's going to be like pure hell to jump from. But whatever, that's what I'm going to have to do. But mentally, it just feels, I'm more unstable than I used to be. And trying to explain that to like my girlfriend, saying I'm set back. The funny thing is, after I fucked up the medicine and I told her how much it set me back and all that, she was really cool and said, you know what? You've already made that mistake. It's over. That's the past. Let's look forward to the future. But now that I've realized how much it fucked me up, and like it's like I'm not allowed to be down about it. I'm just supposed to be a trooper 24/7. It's like it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse before it gets better. I don't want it to get worse. Trust me, I'm trying to work a business here. I'm trying to write music. I'm trying to do everything I'm doing. But at this point, I'm going to have to slow down what I do. I'm going to have to exercise more, but not really exercise, just move more because I can't exercise without my nervous system freaking. But I need my body and brain to be stronger. Yeah, my girlfriend's a good person, but the thing is now, like she says these really cool things like, let's move forward. You've already made the mistake. But now it's like she doesn't live by that. Like I'm supposed to just be okay with everything and be like, you got to understand, I am set back. I can't do the things I did before. My music has not fully suffered until now. I'm getting an album mastered. Luckily, I'm not doing it this time. But I've spent way too much money that I don't have. And I can't like do vocals anymore like I was. So that suffers. But I'm doing other projects that I'm happy with, but it's also very stressful. I have hold on. I just need to go listen to some music. Even when my sensor issues can't handle music too well, I just need to go listen to some music and hope for the best. Probably just need a good few nights in a row to sleep better. I probably need to meditate for at least 10 minutes to at least close my eyes and take a bath or something. Thanks for listening to me today, guys. I really needed to vent. And I think I more or less upset people that I care about. But I don't mean to be a dick today if I was. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm upset at the fucking world today, you know. You're on late. I'm totally going off right now. Getting off. Depression's really high. And yeah, thanks for hearing me out. I just need better coping techniques for depression. I don't really have any good ones. I'm usually always dealing with the anxiety. Depression hits me once in a while, but when it does, it's so strong. Although I'm 2 months after my cut, I'm getting a lot of issues now, which is weird, but that's the way it is. Well, depression's hitting. My anxiety's really bad too. Feel it in my gut again. It'll pass, but it'll take a little while probably. I don't have any. I try to, but I also need people to listen. And at this point, I don't really have anybody that's going to listen to me for like long periods and let me cry. And, you know, and I know 8 people on tonight. Scott. It's weird because I'm on late and I'm never on this late. But I need to break down once in a while. And I haven't had a chance to really break down. I have a lot of pent up frustrations. All right, you guys, I'm going to cut out because my cats are actually staring at me. I'm going to go play with the cats. And thanks, Cindy. Exactly. That's why I come on here when I can. My depression built up so bad today because my day's just been really rough. My mental status is not what I dreamed of, I'll tell you that. Everything is so fucking weird. I've had it worse, but this is rough. It should be way better by now. But whatever. We'll get there. I've literally been on for almost an hour. In 30 seconds, it'll be an hour. So I'll hold out 30 seconds. I'm never on this long. Like, it's funny that people don't find these videos like later. Like, I don't even know if they go into the search. You'd figure it's like a title with depression and stuff like that. People would find it, but they don't. All right, been over an hour. I know you do. I watch yours too. I don't comment on all of them, but I do watch them. I'm sure they all pertain to me too, but at this point, I just need to get off the fucking Remeron and then get off the Remeron, then get off the stupid fucking Prilosec crap, and then get a better diet for me. And yeah, I should be about better. No more hours. I can't even talk that long. My poor kitties will starve. All right, I'm out. You guys have a good night. Talk to you tomorrow.